So I'm gonna start, and then she's gonna come up here for the second half, and
Okay.
then do the whole. You can go through the outfits and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you can grab the mic.
All right.
Just tap it, make sure it's in.
Yeah.
So now we ready?
Okay.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to Hotel RL. I am Nate,
Hi.
host of the Firestarter series, one half of the host of the Firestarter series. We'll see Miss Naomi, Miss Be Inspired, a little bit later. She's getting glammed up by our makeup artist today, but our guest today is Miss Valicia
Yes.
Tool. I said it right?
You did.
I was practicing. She's a stylist
Yes.
and shopping consultant.
Well, thank you.
Is that a
I
good
love
enough
that.
title?
Yes.
So let us know a little bit about yourself.
And before I get started, thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
This is such a phenomenal experience, might I say. I got the pleasure to meet you before when I came into your studio.
On Miss Be Inspired Radio Show.
Yes, and then this second time, so I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel so honored. I'm sitting before a celebrity here.
Well, here at the Firestarter series, we like to spotlight individuals, not just artists, but individuals, business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders that are going beyond the status quo. Sometimes
Right.
as business owners and entrepreneurs, we stay within our realm. But I like to spotlight specifically, the Firestarter specifically spotlights individuals from the DMV area. We don't get a lot of shine when it
Right.
comes to
I
business,
agree.
and I think it's our responsibility to point out good behavior, so to speak,
Yes.
individuals that are going beyond the call of duty.
Right.
And Miss Be Inspired, Naomi has told me so much about your business, and I've read so much about it. I want to take one of the tours myself.
Oh my gosh.
Because we don't have a lot of men designers and
Right.
clothing places in the
Okay.
city. And I'm a big thrift shop individual myself, so we don't have as many anymore in the city. So
Okay.
I'm looking for some individuals that I can shop at.
Yes. Oh my
Tell
gosh.
us about
That'd
your
be
business.
amazing. So thank you so much for
Mhm.
this amazing platform again. So I'm Valicia with Fashionably Chic Tour, and I'm a wardrobe stylist and a style tour guide. And what I do is just help women to rebrand and just redefine what style is to them.
Mhm.
And style doesn't necessarily have to be constricted by what's trending in today's world and
Yes.
society, but definitely, recognizing your individual style and being able to pull from that creativity. So I never want to go to a woman and try to make her look like the next woman because her personality and who she is does not look like that person. And it's very important that I bring that out in her, whatever that may be.
Often I see it. I watch a lot of the style show only because it's entertaining
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
I'm a person who I rarely shop at a mall. I've been shopping like online, eBay, stuff like that since PayPal started years
Where
ago.
were you at in high school? Like, you would have been my cool road dog. Where were you?
But see, I was in school. I wore uniforms.
Okay.
So my personal style was limited to the
Right.
watch and my shoes that I had on. That was the extent of my fashion
Right.
sense growing up.
Okay.
But it's interesting to see specific stylists try to fit people into a box
Right.
of what's hot and what's trending right now, and that
Mhm.
doesn't always fit everybody's
It
style.
doesn't.
So how do you attack each? Not attack, but how do you come at each one of your clients?
So what I generally do when I do have my client
Mhm.
is, first of all, I have to know about her
Mhm.
and what it is that she likes, her dislikes. Is it generally start with me giving her a questionnaire just to learn more in depth about who she is, and going maybe about 3 years back just to kind of like research her style because, again, in order for me to really know what her style is,
Right.
I would have to learn where is her sense of style. Where did it start or where did it end or so forth. And I always, when I'm doing this, I'm always mindful of the confidence of a woman because we're going to always dress the way we feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I know, I'm a woman, Nate.
I noticed.
So if I'm not feeling, up and happy at that moment, then I'm going to really dress the way I feel at that particular time. So I generally like to find out what it is that she loves to do, her lifestyle is, because that says a lot for me. That lets me know that if she's not a suit woman, that I wouldn't want to put her in a suit if that doesn't call for her. You know what I mean? So if she's that woman who likes to go out on the town and just have a really nice time, girls' nights out, she has a social life, then I'll know that I have to tailor her look and her wardrobe according to that.
So now I'm gonna be a little bit selfish now,
Okay.
but when it comes to guys, our style and fashion has begun to, expand, but in another direction, maybe outside of my comfort zone. But when you think about people in general and their personal styles, what are some of the things that you see people constantly making mistakes with when it comes to picking out clothes or following trends, or what are the common mistakes? I'll say the top 5 mistakes that you see people making.
That's a good question, Nate. So, the top 5, I'm going to just give you one. No. Okay, so one of the things I really notice that I see in terms of people making a mistake is just not really, again, not knowing what their style is and trying to base their uniqueness on someone else's look. So one of the things I generally see is women who are like a size 8 wearing maybe like a size 10 clothing. Because, a lot of the women have been I've noticed a lot of women, they're losing weight, they're toning.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a size 20 before, and now they are a size 8 drastically.
I hear a lot of individuals who have lost a lot of weight say they don't realize that they've lost weight. So when they go in the store, they're used to picking out a size 10 versus a size 8. So they don't even try it on. They just
pick it.
Take it out.
Right. So and that's what I do when I meet with a client. It's just kind of like reversing their mind again and resetting it. Because though you lost all that weight in your mind, you're still dressing like you're a daggone size 20.
Yeah.
No, it don't look good. I know. And I was talking to a client the other day, and she was saying, I just don't know what to wear. And I'm like, girl, your body is banging. Show it off. She's like, but I don't want to. And when you're a woman that's very curvy, and you have some women who are very curvy and very confident in that. This particular woman was not confident, obviously, when she had the weight. So when she lost all of the weight, she was still not confident with her body, and she works out like every day. Like, she got me beat.
And I tell people, because I've gone in and out of the gym. I've been heavy since an adult. But I tell people, like, I'm comfortable with who I am, but losing weight does not make you confident.
That is
it doesn't.
So true.
It may give you a little bit of a push, but it doesn't create the confidence in you. Like, that has to be there. You have to be happy with yourself before you even think about losing the weight.
Right. Nate, I'm so glad you said that. And that's where I like to target the women is the confidence first, because I can come into your closet. I can help you get your wardrobe life right. I can help you to slay it for your next speaking engagement, honey. But one thing I cannot do is give you your confidence.
Do you find yourself doing more therapy than you are styling?
I do, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Mr. Calling.
Oh, my gosh. Actually, you know what? I feel like I can intertwine the both of them because I'm really, really great in complimenting and building women up. I really enjoy doing that because I know there was a time for myself where I wasn't confident, where I hid in my, hid my style and wore these daggone dresses to the goddamn ankles. If it could have got to the feet, I probably would have wore them.
I mean, what was the change in you? Like, what did you notice different? Like, what happened one day? Because one day you just woke up and you just...
I decided that I didn't want to be in a box anymore. I did coming up. I really dealt with a lot of depression, and I think that played a big role. Like, you do not want to see me on one of those moments when those feelings and emotions set in. No, this is not pretty, honey.
Right. And what I notice with people in their fashion is normally, like, for me, I'm a comfortable, like, vacation. They used to call me Vacation Nate because I would stay in jeans and
my gosh.
T-shirt.
You know what? You looking like you're right on the beach. But you
That's
got
my mindset. I'm on the beach.
Right. So where are we going at? To Florida?
No, I'm going right home, but I got to be comfortable in the meantime.
Right.
But I've never tried to well, I'll see something on TV and I'll get that, or I'll see something in the magazine and I'll get that. But it is not because I see people wearing it.
Right.
And I never thought I would be a person that shopped in a thrift shop, but I'm more comfortable doing it because I hate to see what I have on somebody else. Like, it just makes me mad sometimes. But I like the uniqueness of clothing, and I'll do stuff towards the deconstructed and stuff like that. So where are you with starting your own line? I know that's a far stretch, but I'm a fan of Rachel Zoe. And she started out as a stylist and then a celebrity stylist. Now she has her own line of clothing.
She's phenomenal.
So where are you going in that direction, or you want to still play with the clothes you have in front of you?
You know, that's an amazing question. Oh, my gosh.
You're
speaking into my life. Thank you, brother. So, you know what? I actually have been giving some thought into creating some little key pieces to
that's how it starts.
Yeah, that a woman can use to add to her wardrobe.
So what would those pieces be?
You know what? I'm working with a designer, and I can't tell you all the goods, but you know what? It would be so amazing if I can do a show just debuting that line.
Would there be any guys in this said line or such? I mean, because we like to have fashion too.
I know.
And I don't want to I'm not trying to wear a dress or anything like that. I just want to be comfortable and yet stylish at the same time.
That's good. I'm definitely going to have to get back to you on that, Nate. Oh, my gosh.
I just throw you under the bus. You gotta go with the rolling.
But you know what? I'm really digging I said digging. That's like 1980s, ain't it?
I mean, everything's come back. So.
Right, digging. I'm vibing your buttons, man. Oh, my gosh.
I had a lot of them, and my jacket. I've had this jean jacket. I won't say the company's name, but it's so comfortable. But I've had it since, like, I was, like, 18. And I'm about to be 34, so I've had it for a long time. But it's held up, but now it's starting to wear.
Is it?
So I had to do something to it to make it feel like I wasn't going to throw it away.
Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. It's funny you said that because I was just doing a broadcast talking about women who hold on to all these pieces for like 20,
but
15
want to get rid of it.
I know, but they just sit in our closet and they're taking up space. And we always say the key thing, when I lose weight, I am going to be able to fit in that piece again. Well, darling, when you lose weight, that daggone piece is going to be outdated with little carpet webs all on it, and you're not going to be the woman that you were 15 years ago. I always say that. You're not the woman you are 15 years ago, so let's redefine your style.
So we're in spring, and this is normally spring cleaning. What are some of the things that you suggest that we do to get rid of stuff? I mean, that normally is if I haven't worn it in a year, then I don't need it. Or how do you suggest we clear out our closet to make room for the new items that we're going to purchase?
Well, do not blame it on me when you get rid of your pieces that you haven't worn in a year. But
that's only the rule that they say.
Because we always say that. Oh, my gosh. You in your mind, you know you got rid of it, but you still feel like you still have it. So when you go back into your closet to try to find it, you're like, oh, my gosh, I got rid of that piece. It's gone.
And I have a couple pieces that I only will wear once a year.
Okay.
Like I used to have this graffiti white blazer, and I only will because you only can wear that once. Once you wear a picture in it, take a picture, you can't really do it anymore.
I don't know. I beg to differ though, because who is paying that much attention to your pictures?
Well, I used to wear that white jacket at least once a week.
Oh, you
so
did?
That,
okay.
I loved it. So I had to I'm not going to
give it a break a little bit.
But we have pieces like that we'll just wear for specific occasions.
Exactly.
So we don't want to necessarily throw them away, but it's things in our closet that don't fit anymore.
Right.
That we may like the look of a full closet, and it helps us to give that illusion. But how do we get rid of stuff? How do we spring clean out the closet?
Well, I would definitely suggest categorizing your pieces. You know what I mean? So for me,
seasonal?
Like seasonal. Okay. It could be seasonal, but then also based upon the quality in terms of vintage.
Because I was about to say, in Baltimore, we go wear all them seasons just in this month alone.
I know. And unfortunately, we didn't have a winter, and I had my furs ready. Like, they was on standby. Like, what happened?
Well, that means you have to travel somewhere. That means
right.
that you have to travel somewhere now.
Exactly. So I would say the best way to do is just keep all your vintage pieces that you know you're not ready to really part
now,
with.
define vintage for people who may not understand what vintage is.
So vintage could be from the 1920s on up to 1980s, 1990, right?
So that's what, 20 to 15 years?
Right.
Before?
Exactly.
Okay.
And even longer because you have you.
Well, I think at least it stopped.
Exactly.
It has to be at least 20 years old. Okay.
Right. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what staple pieces do you have in your closet right now?
Wow, the staple pieces that I have is definitely like my go-to would be a white crisp blazer. Like I have that's one of my
Where
staple
you
pieces.
find I found that blazer at like Gallo Clothing for $10 like 15 years ago, but I've never seen just a regular cotton blazer at all. Like they don't make them.
I haven't. So you know what? I do go to the consignment shops. Okay. I did find this particular blazer at the consignment, and then also the lovely thrift store.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can and you can find them at some really dope vintage shops as well.
Do you have any favorites in the city? Without giving out, your secrets, of course, but.
Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh! So when I'm taking the ladies on this amazing tour, yes. So one of them would be Keeper's Vintage. I absolutely adore.
Keeper's Vintage.
Yes, Keeper's Vintage is in the historic Mount Vernon area.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And then the Zone, the Old Faithful Zone on Charles Street has been there since I was like 14.
The jewelry bar that they have.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Yes, and those shades.
Yeah.
The shades is so funky.
Because she catered towards the slimmer gentleman in that store, so I have to stick with the shades. The shades and the jewelry.
I'm going to have to talk to Miss Dawn and tell her to get some.
She's a nice lady. I love her, but she got to, understand that we are a meteor bunch in the city. Right,
and the bottle of bread is another great one.
Yes, I haven't heard of that one, but the first one, Keeper's Vintage, I love sweaters. Yes. She had an awesome collection of sweaters there.
We should have a sweater party.
That's right on Reed Street.
Yes.
Yeah. My friend Brock works in there.
Oh, okay.
See, small world.
Yes.
So tell people who may be a little afraid to shop at thrift shops what an experience it could be for them. Because for me, I felt like it was dirty and like, I don't want to go in there.
It depends on which one you go to. So now, and this is so funny because now thrifting is where it's at. Like when I was younger, and I would hide in the thrift stores. Like my mama would take me to the thrift store, and I would hide because I didn't want nobody finding me.
Right.
I don't want to be seen in the thrift store.
That was definitely me. And I didn't care what people thought. I just didn't want to be in there. We spent like all Saturday and like multiple ones. It wasn't until I got to college. I went to Coppin, and it was a Village Thrift down the street from us in White Lock, and I would just go in there, like especially days where I was mad. I would go in there with $20 and just be like, "What can I find?"
Right.
And that distracted me from the roughness of class and lines and all that. But I love thrift shops, but I don't think people understand what you could find in a thrift shop.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely find some amazing jewels. Exactly. And so for those who are just starting out, well, you would have to come and go shopping with me, of course. No, but really, it can be very overwhelming. When you go in there, sometimes it's just like going in a major department store, except for these pieces are used.
Yeah.
Right? So when you go in a major department store, all those pieces is new. Right. You can pick it up and go. Well, here,
tried it on.
Exactly.
I look at it that
that's
way.
true.
Yeah.
But here, you got all these different pieces, and sometimes people don't know what to do with them, right? Because it's like, if you don't know what your style is, you'll get lost in there, really.
And it's my only thing that I won't buy from a thrift shop is shoes.
Okay.
Of course, undergarments, but definitely shoes. I just, I feel different. Like, you walked in these shoes, I don't want to walk in your shoes, too. But it just feels sticky to me. But I found leather jackets.
Yes.
One of my favorite ones, Plato's Closet. That was my favorite thrift shop. And I don't even know where it is now.
Yeah,
but it was one of my, because it was consignment, but it wasn't consignment, it was a thrift shop, but they only took name brand clothes.
They do.
And I found some like awesome, like a leather peacoat,
Right.
gray peacoat jacket in there for like $25.
Right.
And that's the bargain, the steals. I love going to them just to get the steals.
Exactly.
Stuff that you can't really find anywhere
Right.
else.
And I love it because for that moment you get to have a celebrity status, a celebrity style on a budget.
Right.
Because and depending on where you at in your level financially, who's going to be spending that kind of money on Dolce & Gabbana and Versace and so forth? And so these are the things that is allotted to us to be able to have these exclusive pieces on for less.
Is that a place where you would take your clients for, say, the tour or one-on-one clients?
Yes. So one of the places that I go to is I really love the Kia's.
Okay.
Tight-fisted fashions. That's a really great
That's
store.
another Cottonite, Miss Ebony.
Yes, yes, love her her boutique, and I love the fact that her pieces is curated.
Okay.
So if you're going in there, you it's already handpicked for you. Big difference from if you're going to a big department Goodwill.
Where they just take everything and you got to look through it.
Right.
So when you go into a thrift shop, what are some of the things that you're looking for, or is it that you're in it for the adventure?
I'm in it for the adventure, and then I'm looking for pieces that I can potentially style for some of my models or style for some of my clients.
Okay.
Or just because sometimes when I'm in the thrift store, I'm buying pieces that I can't even fit myself. Like I tell myself, if only
now, what is your balance? Being as though you're not going shopping personally for yourself all the time, what is your balance in going in there? Because I could imagine you just going crazy.
I know.
So how do you keep yourself from breaking the budget every time?
Oh my gosh.
Do you go in there with a $20 bill or?
I put it on layaway.
Oh no.
No, Goodwill don't have a layaway, y'all.
They do if you talk to them a certain way.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
okay.
If you just ask them the right way.
Like
with the young man that was on Bite Lock, I used to have a relationship with him because I was like, okay, I need to see these things, and I'll come this time of the month, and you just got to be there on time, and they'll trust you.
Yes.
Just
and you know what? That's so sad that Goodwill's gone.
It is.
I love that
It
one.
is. But I guess it was just a non-profit status. Like certain businesses don't hold up that way.
Right.
Because the clothing industry is an ebb and flow thing. So they had to keep up more than a regular retail.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about where your style or your fashion sense comes from.
Wow. So I would say my style generally just comes from me just watching my mom and my sisters. And just watching other women, like I would like to say that I'm very poised.
Okay.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah, but my style, I feel like that's a good question.
Like if you had to name, say, an icon or an individual where you think your style kind of fits in or overlaps, who would that person or that era be?
Good question. I'm trying to think of some. If I can say one, I think I really love Janelle Monáe.
Okay.
I don't know if my style is exactly like hers, but I know that she's unique. And the fact that what I love about her is that she stands true to her authentic self.
The black and white structure.
Exactly. And not just the black and white structure, but also just the fact that she carries a certain demeanor with her style. Whereas a celebrity herself, she could have been transformed into however they wanted her to look, but she stayed true to that.
How hard is that, or how hard do you think that is for individuals that have to be in the spotlight, that can't wear the same thing twice? Like I want to see a celebrity that will wear the same dress to two different events. I just want to see that happen.
I don't think that would ever happen.
Like break the mold. You
That's
don't have
true.
to, because people are out here trying to live that way.
They are,
and it's breaking pockets and
it really is.
statements.
It really is. Like I wore this twice. But I think it's all in how you wear it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, maybe I can just throw on a vest with this, or do something different to make it look funky where it looked elegant when I wore it the first time. So yeah, I like that. Breaking the mold.
So so if you had to put an era to it, like what era do you fall in? Like the 60s?
I love the 1960s era.
Okay.
I do, where the dresses were really nice and structured to I want to say complement, yes, to complement the shape of a woman. Yes.
Contouring.
Yes, exactly. Contouring. Excellent word. Where you can still look classy. That woman still gave you a little bit to show, but it was still in a way that was like elegant and like, you ain't gonna see all this, you know, because today is like, here it is. Right. You know what I mean?
What are the staple must-haves for anybody that's looking to recreate themselves or recreate or refresh their fashion?
I want to say the staple must-have is definitely just refreshing your mind. You know, loving yourself first is very key. And then that staple piece, I would definitely say a really nice white top. I know I said that earlier. But in a really nice bottom in terms of maybe some really nice leggings, and I have some to show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be showing the fashions that she do have a little bit later. Are you a lookbook person, or how do you create your lookbooks?
That's good. I have some lookbooks, but I definitely am going to work on doing some more, and just to showcase what for a woman who don't have that style or don't know what to look for, so that way she can, you know, get some help in mimicking, even if, because I feel like all of us have a sense of style.
Right.
It's just having a confidence to bring it out. You know, for me, I've always grown up seeing women, you know, match their shoes with their purse, and everything else had to be in coordination. You know.
Are you going against that, or are you running towards it?
I'm not going against it, and I'm not running towards it. It can be a balance.
Okay.
You know, so I think definitely the lookbook would help, and I would love to create it.
So just stepping to the side a little bit. My favorite, I'm not really a red carpet person, but I love the Met Gala. I only because I think the artist in me likes to see people translate a vision, and I like to see the different people fail at it. But I love seeing what they have on. Do you follow the Met Gala?
I haven't seen the Met Gala, but I have seen like, you know, the Grammys and so forth, and, you know, the fashion police and all of that, you know.
Do you see yourself there one time? Like maybe doing that at some point?
You know, that is amazing, because I haven't looked that far into it.
We gotta dream. We gotta imagine.
Right, we do, right? Why not? Hey, I might just bump into one of the hottest celebrities one day. And I will call you Nate and say, Nate, you said it.
I said it.
That's right.
Just take a picture.
Right, and we can just tour the world and go to all the freaking vintage and thrift shops.
So I'll ask a question for me. Anything that I could, I'm a person, I love to wear jeans. And that's why I think I have to be an entrepreneur, own my own business, because anywhere where I can't wear my jeans ain't the place for me. So I like to dress it up and dress it down. Basically a white button up with some jeans and maybe some Aldo shoes. That's my that's my style sense there when I'm being snazzy. How could I personally? I'm getting older, so I want to be more evolved. I don't want to be beachy Nate for too much longer in my life. But how can I keep that ideal, but just grow up a little bit more? Because I have to go to events where I have to wear a suit and tie, which makes me cringe. But how can I evolve into that without losing who I am?
And I still feel like, Nate, even when you're doing, like, you know, your more upscale events and so forth, you can still stay true to your authentic self by maybe doing some, like, not matching, but doing some nice slacks. Not the black slacks. They don't have to be black. You know what I mean?
I'm a grayish slack
Right.
person.
I can see you in some gray.
I have many different variations of gray.
Right. The army fatigue color looks really great on you. And just doing a button-down shirt. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tie. Right. Get rid of maybe the jean. You know what I mean? But you're talking about
I have jean blazers. I have a nice structured jean blazer, but that's not.
But you want comfort, Nate. We're trying to take you out of the comfort zone.
I love comfort. I really do. And so I'll translate that into shoes. For shoes, is shoes something that you can slack on, or I was told that you never skimp on your shoes?
I agree.
So where are some of the hot spots that you would say, get comfortable but reasonable shoes from?
So I want to say some of the places, I want to say DSW is really nice. And we have Shoe Limited, which is an online shoe store, if you're familiar with them. And you can, like, as you said, Aldo, right?
And it's like the more you wear them, the better they feel.
Exactly.
And
they have some really nice gentlemen.
I really do.
You should be an affiliate for them.
Yeah, I really do. If you're out there, Aldo, please, I'm here.
Right. So you can definitely get those shoes just to have the gentleman look. You know what I mean? And just allow yourself to tell yourself that you can still be comfortable even in that, in that look as well. Just being diverse in your style. So that people won't be so comfortable with seeing Nate showing up like a beach boy.
I just feel comfortable. That's just my layers and comfort. That's my thing. So, have you had any men clients before, or?
I did. I actually did a styling for a male for his video shoot.
Is that something you want to get into, or is that just another animal in and of itself for you?
It is. It is. So I was playing with it for a little bit, and it's very fun. But I don't know if I want to at this time. But I'm not closed-minded to the opportunity.
Is it more of a challenge because you gotta still keep him a man at the same time without making him feel uncomfortable, or what are some of the rules that you would go into thinking about styling a man?
The rules is, for me, when I was on set, like of course I had to stay on set with the client for that whole 8 hours, I would say, and I think it was even longer. So
that's not what you were used to.
Exactly. Right. So it was fun. The challenge wasn't because I had one of my vintage furs and it was like for his neck, and that was absolutely fine. And he wasn't close to that, so. The challenge wasn't styling him. It was just, being there.
So that maybe not for a photo shoot, but just one-on-one client.
Well, for a photo shoot, yes, I can do that for a photo shoot for a gentleman.
Okay.
But this
was
a music video.
Okay. So when you're dealing with one-on-one clients, budget-wise, what do you expect, and what do you want them prepare them for?
Well, I do expect my clients to be open. And understand that I do respect them, and where they feel like their style are, but also want them to reciprocate the same respect by allowing me to use my creativity to bring out in them those hidden areas of their style that they haven't tapped into as of yet.
Do you find the budget is more the issue, or them getting into a comfort zone is more of the issue?
It's been the comfort zone.
Okay.
It's been the comfort zone. For some, it's been the budget, but mainly I've seen just the comfort zone of saying that don't look right on me. Like shut up.
But how do you get them to see your vision based on what you know and what you've seen in them already? Saying it's not too far from where you are. It's just a little bit more polished, or.
I get them to see their vision mainly based upon their goal. Like, what is your goal? What are you achieving, and where are you going? Because if you're going somewhere in terms of your career and so forth, then that's how you need to look. And you don't want to start preparing yourself when you're already in it. You want to do it now.
Do you start with their closet and then work out to maybe purchasing items?
Exactly. Yes. So for some clients, they're common. They want the wardrobe editing, and some of them want to just do the personal shopping where we're going out and getting pieces for them.
Okay. So when you go into that closet, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the key pieces that they should, if they already have it. So we're not rebuying the same pieces. So your basic white top, your basic black bottom, a jean shirt, a nice polished jean top. A blazer, black and navy blazer, just the basics to build your wardrobe upon.
What are some of the things, so as we go from season to season, especially somewhere like Baltimore where we can get all 4 seasons within a season, what are some of the things that we should have on standby, or how should we approach sales versus clearance racks versus just going out there shopping if we can't afford a personal stylist ourselves? Like, what are some of the things that we could do to start the process until we can afford Valencia?
save your money so you can afford me. Yay!
That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal.
So, I would definitely recommend a list.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Be
do
prepared.
exactly. Again, that's being prepared. So if you're already prepared in terms of knowing what your basic pieces that you need to have in your wardrobe, which I believe you probably already have them, and then just adding some really edgy, funky pieces to it. So you can again create the list. And you said the clearance racks. So that way, when you're going to shop the clearance racks, you already know I'm looking for a jean bottom, and that's all.
And not just looking at price.
Exactly. Right. I'm looking for a jean bottom. I'm looking for a black blazer, a white blazer, and so forth. So that way, when you're going in, you're just not picking up these random clothes, which we always tend to do.
But it's $2 on a clearance rack.
I know, but what are you going to do with that?
Right, that's the question when you get back home. That's why it sits there with the tag on it.
Exactly, because you really don't know, and I've made this mistake tons of times myself, but you really don't know what to do with that piece, or at least you haven't tapped into your creative self to really do something funky with it. So it just sits there year after year, and you're like, I'm going to do something with that piece one day. No, it's not going to happen.
What's your rule for buying on trend? So this is hot right now. What is your rule? Do you go out and buy that high price one, or do you find an alternative versus what do you?
So I am a style for less type of girl. Yes, I generally don't.
Frugalista.
Yes, I love that name. Frugal. So I would definitely do that for that woman that has endowment of money flowing from her bosom or something.
You could call it. Flow.
Right. So I generally don't follow the trend. I do like to be informed about it because I think what's going on in the trend sets everything in terms of the course of people's decision making.
For that whole year, actually.
Exactly. So it's very important. I what was the question again?
Well, what are your rule of thumbs when buying trends? Like, because some trends could set you back a couple hundred versus a couple thousand versus, do I need this because next spring this is not going to be hot anymore?
Exactly.
So what is your rule in going out and buying trends? The investment aspect of it.
So I would just say make sure it's a really, really cute piece that can transcend from year to year if it needed, if it needs to be, and not just for that one time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, for example, I don't know if I can use the bodycons. Like, I really hope they do fall out of trend a little bit.
Is that one of the things you want to?
I mean, it's okay. It's like one of those things where. I don't know. It can fall between.
But elastic is your friend.
I know elastic is cute though, but not elastic every day, everywhere.
Some
elastic,
people feel comfortable
elastic.
in it because it's easy wear, it's easy, but it's something that you feel like can. Is there anything else out there?
I think it's how we're wearing it as women. It's how we're wearing it. So.
Or we're not wearing with it.
Right. That is so key. Undergarments is very important, people.
I had my theater professor, she used to always tell the ladies, undergarments.
Yes, that's the fashion right there. Foundation. Exactly. Very key.
Do you think, what do they call this, Spanx have saved women's lives?
It has.
It has?
Yes.
Is that a staple piece?
It's very important.
So what are the price ranges of foundation since they're so important?
Wow, the price ranges can start you, if you want a really good quality one, it can start you for about $55 on up.
And that's just something you will wear under your clothes?
Yes.
So you haven't even bought the outfit
You
yet?
ain't buying.
Wow.
I think you better go to the thrift store, boo.
And so what are the things that you are willing to spend top dollar for versus the things that you'll go to a thrift shop or you'll buy on sale or you'll buy the alternative of? So what are those key pieces that you'll spend the price on?
I think a woman should definitely spend the price on her bra.
Okay.
Because if your babies don't sit up right, your whole banging outfit is just going to sag.
I'm hearing that bras cost a lot of money.
A good one, yes.
A good one. Why are they so expensive?
I think it's just the quality.
Okay.
I think it's the quality. It's the designer. You know how it is.
How long do they last? Do they have an expiration
They
date?
don't have an expiration date, Nate.
I'm sorry. I thought at some point they'll just.
Some women got their bras on, like, they've had it probably for a long time, But a really great bra. It's how you take care of it. Yeah. So your bra, I know your bra should not go in the dryer.
Oh wow, I've seen that happen before. Maybe I've done it to somebody's bra before. Sorry, Mom. So it's the wear and tear. So your undergarments definitely something that you spend your money on.
Right. Because I always say to myself, like, oh my gosh, God forbid something should happen to me, and I'm laying stretched out on the daggone table. My undergarments, my undergarments better be on fleek. I'm just saying, like, I do not want to see that man to see me with jacked up underwear and a bra. No.
In my mind, I have been that person. You cannot go outside with like holy underwear or anything like that.
Bad socks.
Bad socks.
Oh my gosh.
Especially if you have to take off your shoes.
They're like, okay, let me fit your shoe. Not today. Well, what are you here for?
Do people still get fitted for things like that, like shoes or bras? Like, are there still places that fit you?
There is still places. Polina's Pave, which is a phenomenal undergarment boutique for women. So,
I grew up with a lot of women in my house. That's how I know these things. I'm not like secretive or anything. Just had to throw that out there. I did my research.
Yes, so in the bottom drawer is another one. So when you go into these establishments, we're talking about experience. You're not going to just walk in there and just say, hey, I'm a size 34, when really you're a size 36 and you've been wearing a 34.
Is that a common mistake?
It is for women who think they know their right bra size, but really they don't. So it just affects their whole outfit.
So just sidebar real quick. So as a stylist, are you having to go back that far with women in their education, or do most of them start at a reasonable level for you?
I like to talk about that. With any woman, when you talk about her style and what she feel like she has, is a very sensitive topic. So I'm very careful on how I approach that, but I do. Because that's the first thing I notice when I'm dressing her, is that her bra is not fitting her, or it's not, helping her wardrobe.
Now, do you have a hard time getting them to a point where because a lot of those things, if you want to get fitted for something, that means it's going to cost you a couple extra dollars. Yeah. So are they willing to spend that much on undergarments as they would, say a slick pair of leather boots or something, or do they understand it?
Right. So for some, it varies. But it's very important that, when you're getting fitted, it's the experience. They're not going to charge you to fit the bras.
Right.
I mean, even at Polina's Pave, they have on some really nice music. They allow you to try on.
That means it's going to be more. If they ambiance cost.
I know.
You paying for that ambiance.
Well, you can start with a good bra.
Okay.
Yeah. And, yeah.
So, back to the staple pieces. So, some of the things that you want to see out versus some of the things that you would pay top dollar for, so those trending items. So, undergarments, definitely. Don't skimp on undergarments.
Right.
So, we're not going to, what's the place, Vicky's Secrets, and buying like the 20 pair for $10. We're not doing that.
I'm not going to mess with that woman who have to at this moment. Because some of them have to, you know. But I think when you think quality and experience, it's just like going to get your nails done at a...
Okay, I got you.
The corner store, the shop on the corner, you know what I mean? Versus going to a really nice, elegant nail spa where they really take your time and they're not rushing you, and you know what I mean? People's not running through the door trying to sell you stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Shots fired.
So that's the difference there. I'm not going to say, hey, don't go to Victoria's Secret. But if that's where you are.
Where your
exactly.
level is. But just know that some of those places can meet you at your level. You just have to open yourself up to being able to know where they are.
Exactly.
And having a stylist will help you do that.
Right. So even if you go shopping with me and we go to Polina's Pave, I mean, I definitely make sure I work in what I call a really nice shopping incentive for my guests.
So a sliding scale.
Exactly, where you're not paying the market value of that particular piece.
Gotcha. So undergarments, a must. So when we go to other staple pieces that we need, what are some of those other places or things that you would tell people don't skimp on? Like shoes or
right. So one of the things I feel like I would not skimp on is your accessories, because your accessories is what really makes the outfit come together too.
So that's a whole nother shopping experience though for accessories. So where are some of your favorite accessory places?
So I love Kira's Couture Boutique.
Okay.
That's a online boutique.
Okay.
And they have some really, really great pieces. I do love vintage pieces. So I don't know for that everyday.
Be a little expensive.
I know. But the Zone sells some really nice vintage pieces there.
And they last too.
They do. So I really like just that place, and there's quite a few others. I'm trying to think of the names.
I mean, just as far as accessories, period, what are some of the things that I see you have bracelets on and your belt. Like, what are the accessories that you invest your money into? So
I do invest in some earrings. Okay. Earrings are so key. I should have had my ring on.
Well, speaking of earrings, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to just give a disclaimer. There's some over on the table if anybody wants to go look at them, but we can go back to you.
Are you selling earrings, Nate?
I am selling earrings.
Are you really?
I really am.
Like, this
is not a game. Nope, I don't play games.
Oh my gosh, these
That's
men.
What you have to do.
How do you know what a woman wants?
I grew up with one.
That's right. You would be a good husband, huh?
Maybe. I don't know about that. Not yet. I'm about maybe 10 more years. Okay. We'll see where I'm at in life.
Oh no, Nate. You said 10 more years now.
I'm only 34. I'm 33
now.
Young,
yeah.
So young. Need time to expand a little bit.
Exactly.
Grow.
Right.
But so it's in terms of those staple items. So jewelry, undergarments. What else?
So we said shoes.
Shoes.
And I want to say a really nice.
Are there brands that you are more keen to, or it's just the structure of a shoe?
The structure.
Okay.
The structure. I think when I think of shoe, I'm thinking of quality. So there's some shoes like when I look at I don't want to put them out there. I'd rather not say the name.
We don't have to put them out there.
Okay. But there are some places where if it doesn't fit your feet, just don't get them. Like if they're going to have a wear and tear in your walking, like Aldo's versus Forever 21 or.
Because that's just something fast and I'm going to wear that day because I'm out and I'm here.
I'm not sorry, not Forever 21. Forever 21 has some really cute shoes. When I'm thinking of shoes that's durable, I would say Aldo's. I have found some really cute shoes even at the consignment stores, which carries the name brand. And
for me, shoes are. Because I've tried to, like when you're on vacation, you may get a pair of shoes, and by the time you get back home, some shoes done because they're not really quality. But that's the only thing that I would spend my money on is a pair of shoes.
Right.
Because you just never, your feet. I don't want to have bad feet. So
I know.
That's one thing.
I know. And as women, we risk our health and our body just to look good. Like a size 7 shoe, and we a size 8.
Now, sizing period. That's one of the issues. People not wearing that correct sizing. Like I know my shoe size because I used to get fitted as a child. So
exactly.
It's still people that if you go to a certain type of shoe store, they'll still size you, so you'll know whether you're wide width or narrow or whatever. But speak to people who are not wearing their sizes correctly, because that makes you either look sloppy or it makes you look uncomfortable.
Right.
Or you go mess up your feet because you're not wearing your correct size.
And that can go in in your whole apparel, your whole look. I've seen men who wear certain their clothing and it doesn't complement their body. So I feel like either they're trying to hide something,
right,
or they just don't know what they're doing. They just don't know.
And sometimes I know money is an issue, but just wear your stuff. Like my T-shirts, I can't wear nothing baggy because it just doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Right.
But I have to wear my size because I'll feel uncomfortable.
Right. And it looks good when you wear your size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You feel more
it looks like you
comfortable.
care about yourself.
Right.
So I think that it's very important to wear your size, and it just helps with your confidence. and just make you look well polished. It helps to whatever message you want to send to someone that I love myself. You know what I mean?
So we talked about the styling side in depth. Talk about the tour. You do the
Fashionably Chic tour?
Fashionably Chic tour. So tell us about the idea of it, what you do there, and how you can be a part of it.
Yeah, so Fashionably Chic tour, should I tell you where it started from?
Tell us where it started.
Okay. So I started Fashionably Chic tour, and I've always say, I started Fashionably Chic tour because I wanted to open up my own boutique, and I wanted to highlight boutiques here in the DMV area that wasn't getting no play. But I really started Fashionably Chic tour at a really dark moment in my life where I was dealing with depression very heavy. And I just felt like I was just losing a sense of myself.
Okay.
So I birthed Fashionably Chic tour out of my last wits of just ready to end my life. And so I think that when you lose that connection to yourself and your purpose, it's like, why am I existing?
But you were listening in that moment, because out of sometimes darkness, the best ideas come. Because
So
you're
true.
pulling at strings at that point. And for you to stick to something like that, it gives you distraction in that
Yes.
moment, and it gives you some purpose and focus.
Exactly.
Also.
So I started Fashionably Chic tour in my basement, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to make something happen for myself. And just reconnecting myself with the world and with my creativity, because when I was younger, I started my first business doing badge buttons, as you're wearing, and my clients were the Baltimore Urban League, Pimlico Racetrack, the high school that I attended. So I was very in that creative space of just really being a young entrepreneur. So when I lost myself during the time of starting Fashionably Chic tour, I'm like, what is going on? So I started it. I just want women to feel connected to who they are, and learning to love themselves, and getting back to just having and enjoying them, having an experience.
While helping business owners to promote their businesses as well.
Exactly. Right. So with Fashionably Chic tour, it's a fashion-focused tour that provides women with a chic and resourceful shopping experience. And with that, I do help, again, as I said earlier, just helping women to define their style by making this an exclusive shopping excursion for them.
So what happens on a tour? So we find this boutique, tight-fisted fashion.
So, for example, the tour manifest is already laid out for the guest that's attending. I've already curated these boutiques, because boutiques, it's very important that they are able to deliver in terms of their experience, their customer service, and just making sure that they're up to par as to what I'm looking for.
So based on who your clients are determines what boutique you'll go to. Yeah,
based upon the tour. So I have 3 different ones, where it's the eco chic tour, where I'm highlighting vintage, consignment, and thrift boutiques. And then we have the What's Trending tour, where I'm highlighting boutiques that sell more trendy fashions, which some women may not necessarily want to, like to follow the big trends in terms of that, that, So I wanted to keep the tour kind of like separate in terms of the different packages that you can get.
So depending on what your style bracket is, is the type of store that you'll go to.
Exactly. And then I even have the tour that I create, that I just created, A Taste of Baltimore. So that's the spa, lifestyle, and beauty.
So you get a little pampering.
Yeah, exactly.
So while we're there, what happens? Are we like going through clothing? Are you showing them? Are you styling them in that moment, or? So
what I do what I initially do with Fashionably Chic tours, I do have other stylists come on board. Because as a tour guide, I just want to focus on that part of just giving them the experience, giving them the history about the tour, giving them the history about the boutique in the areas that we're touring, and then just making sure that I am, again, providing that experience. So I do bring 2 wardrobe stylists on board to mix and mingle, answer any of the questions for the ladies, and we do a fun interaction fashion dress-off game something.
Okay.
No, but we do something really fun at each stop for the women. We provide the light hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. We always like vittles. Okay.
Don't we? You said vittles or nibbles. Yeah, so that's what we do. We also make sure we provide the ladies with a nice shopping incentives where if they were shopping on their own, they wouldn't get the shopping incentive.
Discount.
Exactly.
We love a discount.
I know. You notice I said shopping incentive though. I try to stay away from the word discount because I don't.
I get you. I get you. Because you don't want to get the wrong idea.
Right.
Right. So it's more of a package deal that jump starts people.
Right.
So are these clients that you worked with before, or are these just people who just want to have a girls' night out, or?
Yes, these are women who just want to have a girls' night out.
Okay.
These are women who are perhaps maybe getting married.
Okay.
It's a birthday celebration, and or they just want to connect with some new women, meet new friends and so forth.
Are you branching out of the DMV soon, or?
I want to say I'm going to branch out in terms of maybe taking it to like PA. Okay. I would love to go to LA.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know they have some nice thrift shops.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, the people who are getting rid of stuff is normally.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna have Naomi come. She's being glamorized. So we're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back here on the Firestarter series. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yes. Thank you, Nate. right here?
Those on the floor are perfect. You know, I move it.
That's
I'm done with it. It's not like it's the family time. It's not. I miss people.
fine. Yeah, first. This is once a month, right, Nate? This is once a month.
The first Thursday of every month.
Oh, wow. This is the highest one.
Series.
Anyone welcome?
Anyone. Family friendly.
What? Is that his thing? This his? This his thing? This is his thing?
Yeah. Those are like past events, so you'll notice the past events.
Hello. Hey, I'm Lucia here. Just wanted to come to you and say hello. So, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I am here at the Firestarter series, and it has been really, really fun. And I have the pleasure of talking to and being interviewed by Nate and Miss Be Inspired. So if you just coming and hey Louise, how are you? Oh my gosh, so I'm just talking and giving some styling tips and so forth. And I got my lovely model here, y'all. Hey, hey. So if you're just coming in, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you're not following me on my different page, which is Fashion Review Tour, then please do so. This is my lovely model, y'all. Oh my gosh, don't she look hot? Yes. So I'm just talking and just giving the interviewer some insight as to what I do as a wardrobe stylist and a style tour guide at the bottom light. And so I just wanted to bring you guys on the little journey here. And it's so fun. Oh my gosh. So I have my lovely model in the back and she is looking fierce, right? So I had to give her a little bit. She said she feels like she looks fancy, and she does. I just feel like sometimes, hey, oh my gosh, hi, Mr. Hall, my high school buddy. Hey, Shakira. Shy, as I know you. So we're just coming in. Thank you so much for the action. I'm Lucia, and a wardrobe stylist and style tour guide with Fashion Week Tour. I'm just helping you to redefine and rebrand your image. So whatever caliber you're at, if you're speaking, like a speaking coach or so forth, I want to say speaking coach. If you're a speaker or a life coach or a coach for other people, then I would suggest that you get with me so I can help you to redefine and reconnect your style. And just kind of like, I want to say, just help you to learn what your style is. Maybe you lost a lot of weight. Oh, you can't hear me? Thank you so much for telling me. So maybe you lost a lot of weight, or you're looking to lose weight, and you're like, I can't wear this particular outfit until I lose this weight. I'm going to help you to embrace the woman and weight that where you are at this particular time. Because why do you have to restrict yourself just until you get into this body image that you feel like you should have? There. So I want to thank you, ladies and gents, for coming in. And if you're catching this by replay, I will talk to you then. You don't need it. I'm not putting it on. Okay. I'm not putting it on. Oh, bye. Okay, let's do this. I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. All right. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let's get the mic
Yes.
on. Hold on. Let's do that. Hold on.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
I am too excited about tonight. As y'all can see, I wish you all could have seen the before.
Oh my! Oh, that would have been lovely.
Versus the after,
girl.
But I'm really super excited. Valicia, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, I'm glad I could be here.
Yes, I mean, with this connection, it was meant to be anyway.
Yes.
So I'm really grateful. Nate, thank you so much for holding it down in the beginning.
Nate. Oh my gosh, Nate has some good questions.
Yeah,
I love Nate. He knows what a woman wants.
He's a professional.
Yes.
But we're gonna wrap it up and just kind of summarize some of the things that were already discussed earlier in the segment. So what did we talk about as far as fashion?
Oh my gosh, Nate, we had an awesome conversation. So some of the things we were just discussing is just finding your key pieces, redefining your style, dressing we spoke about dressing your body shape and not according to what your weight is, not being sloppy in your style, like really being intentional and putting forth that effort.
What are some of the key things that people should think about for the spring and summer? As far as style and fashion.
Exactly. So I want to say key pieces, we're kind of like in the stage of just the romantic look. So I want to say maybe having like some really nice, don't be afraid to wear your lingerie.
Right. Hello. Hence the skirt I have on, everybody. I was looking for my church
with that baby
scarf, my lap scarf.
Oh my God.
I didn't know how to sit down.
Off that mother.
Deidre was like, "Honey, girl, please, you better stop playing with them legs."
Because this is happy hour.
Yes.
Stop playing.
But that's why I have linked up with Valicia. We're going to be doing some things together. And she's going to help me with this style thing, family, okay? We're going to get it together.
Yes, because girl got her head twisted. I said, Naomi, you better have your head twisted, girl.
I was like, yes, ma'am. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, family, twisting my hair for tonight. So also, if you can see, my makeup is done.
Yes.
Face is beat, honey.
Yes.
Or hun, because,
That's
I'm
right.
getting it right.
Hun.
Yes. My face is beat, hun. I want to bring the makeup artist to the stage. Yes. Deidre, come on.
Come on to the
come
stage,
on
girl.
Up. Come on up. Yes. And just talk a little bit about what you did to my face.
Yes, because it's gorgeous.
Didn't she do it?
My. You don't have nowhere to go tonight?
Okay, well, you can come over here on the side of me. Yeah. On the, okay. Okay.
All right, so first, here's everything.
Yeah.
So first we clean the face. Second, we use the moisturizer. Bring it up some more.
Psych
So moisturizing the face, cleaning the face first. We added a primer on, which gives a more smooth application.
Yeah.
She has very beautiful skin, so we actually didn't have to do much of literally anything. Just making sure her color matches her face, so it's natural, matches the rest of her body.
Yeah.
And just, we really didn't do a whole lot, if you're going to be honest.
You did a lot.
Didn't she glam me up? All right, so talk about the eye. Yes, because you played up the eye.
So one thing that I love, especially because we're going into summer, we want to do things bright, something flirty, something fun. So a lot of times people like to do this evening look, which is black liners and things like that, and that's okay for night and things like that, but we're coming in the summer, so you want to make it fun.
Yes.
So we have a blue eyeliner, blue electric eyeliner on the top, And underneath your bottom, because people worry about like watering, their eyes watering and things like that, we use a really good like white milk pencil you can use by NYX, and you'll put that on your waterline, and then you can add any color that you want to brighten up that bottom eye. You don't have to use black, and the powder keeps it matte, and you don't have to worry about it running, smudging down the face or anything like that, and it just makes it look fun.
Yeah.
So.
See? Thank you, Deidre. You did that, hon. Yeah. So I definitely, she gave some tips too. So you know you have a great makeup artist when as they're doing your face, they're also giving you tips on things that you can do for yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So, absolutely. Now, can you talk about this outfit you put me in?
Girl. I was like, you know what? I don't know if Naomi is going to, because I went throughout your little your timeline, checking out your style, and you do have a great sense of style.
Okay.
But I think it's just getting you out of your comfort zone in terms of what you generally
we talked about that.
Wouldn't wear. So when I saw this piece, I was thinking blues, because blues are definitely in for the spring and going into summer, and your hair being purple, I just really wanted to give you something happy hour-ish, and, you can wear that in the girls' night out. You can dress it up, and you can dress it down.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely put on some really chic leggings, and it can just be a whole nother look.
Yes.
So,
okay. We're going to have to do a part 2 of this.
Oh, my gosh, yes. A part 2.
We're going to have to do a part 2 because I think a lot of people should be here for an event like this.
Yes.
Because it's fun, and ladies are always looking for new ways to do their makeup, their style. And for me, coming out of my comfort zone is something that I'm really launching into. But this next phase of my life, honey. Okay?
Yeah, because let's do a part 2, and let's make the part 2 where I can dress you up. Girl.
Yes.
Let's just play dress up, and then I'm going to bring some clothes for Nate.
Yes.
Because I felt kind of bad.
That's right.
I didn't have anything for Nate. And then I had my lovely model to just stand over here for me, dear.
Beautiful.
Just looking
gorgeous.
really, really chic,
Yes, I love that.
Something really simple as this, a nice little inspired oriental jacket, with
gorgeous.
a really chic dress, very, very simple. I mean, it's showing off a little bit of her boobies, which but it's still
tasteful.
It's very
classy.
Tasteful because how the necklace is just flowing. You know what I mean? How it's just flowing right there.
You're going to have to get me in something like that next.
Girl, yes. Oh my gosh, she's coming out of her little. She's coming out of it. Yes.
Created a monster.
That's correct. No, we won't say a monster.
They said
a style chic girl.
That's right.
Yes. Fierce, who's not afraid to make statements with her fashion.
Yes.
Because looking at you, I can say this is a powerful woman who's going somewhere, and I want to say who's into her style.
Yeah.
Who knows what she wants or what she can do in the world. Like you just look like you just ready to slay, honey.
Yes. I came to play no games.
That's right. So I do want to thank the clothing coming from Too Good to Be Through, a consignment boutique over on Charles Street, and to my lovely designer, Regal Clothes, for this amazing piece right here.
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. Purple and the shoes.
Yes,
Wait, let's give the shoes some love.
These are thrifted.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Nice.
So I know Nate don't do the shoes from the thrift store, but I did, Nate.
Oh no, he might change his mind. You bring the right pair.
But they was new, Nate.
Yes. All right. So just talk about Fashionably Chic Tour, where they can find you if they want to get in contact.
So please connect with me at fashionablychictour.com. And what I generally would say, let's book a private tour. Maybe it can be 1 or 2 or 3 of your girlfriends, and just make it an amazing shopping excursion. Yes. I normally do a luxury motor coach for the ladies, and just make it really fun, light hors d'oeuvres on each stop, shopping essentials and so forth. So please connect with me at Fashionably Chic Tour on Instagram, as well as on the social media platform, which is Facebook as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody, that concludes Firestarter series for this month. I'm so sad.
I know. I can't believe it's like we got to wait a whole nother month,
Yeah, but we're going to do part 2. So, and we're going to really amp it up. We're going to have a mini fashion show. We're going to have Deidre back, and she's going to glam this space up. Okay,
because Deidre, she kind of like ran off the stage.
She did.
Because she looks springish, didn't she?
Come back. Okay, and then you have to give your information, because after people see this space, they're going to want to know how they can get in contact with you. Uh-huh. I love that hair piece. The headband.
Well, usually.
Oh, we got to give her.
Wear red this time of year.
Okay.
It's a little heavy, you know, it's a little dark. But it was evening, and I didn't want to do black.
Okay.
And usually I would not pair something that matches on my head or my body, but I did.
But you know what? It worked.
The flowers,
right.
I love the flowers, and then I have blonde hair, so it kind of just went together.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I love that.
And so I'm Deidre, and I'm Deidre Baltimore on Instagram, and I'm Deidre Robinson on Facebook. So if you type in either or, you'll find me. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's it, folks. Join us next month, the first Thursday in the month, which is June 1st this go round. We're going to do a part 2 of our fashion segment. We want you there, so make sure you come out. Firestarter series at Hotel RL every first Thursday of the month with Nate, our wonderful host. Woo, the Artist Exchange Radio Show. He's on Friday and Saturday live on BeExposedRadio.com. And I am also your host, Miss Be Inspired, the Be Inspired Radio Show, live every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on BeExposedRadio.com. So check us out next time you're here. Come on back. Yay! Are we still rolling? See, I'm sweating. I always do. I have to find out what to do, like a technique. Okay, let's have an after party. Yes, let's do that. I love that look.
Let's get some pictures if we can.
Okay, I'm going to need a blazer though for pictures.
Okay.
I'm sweating.
Okay. But no one would know.
Normally,